Okay, off we go again with another starter deck duel. Let's take a look here and see what we were playing next, as I don't remember. It wasn't Second Chance. That deck just sucked. Wasn't really the deck, I kind of sucked playing it, I guess. We had Dynamite and Second Chance and Snack Time were all played. So we've got the Diabetes deck, we've got the do two things in a turn and cheat your way through it deck, and we've got the get big giant chickens to stomp on you. So the next one here in the list seems to be Saddle Up. Let's take a look and see what we're working with here. I think this is using the saddle mechanic, at least that's my guess based on the name of it. We've got Acrobatic Leap. Target creature gets +1/+3 and gains flying until end of turn, and untap it. Great to create a surprise blocker. Steer Clear. It deals 2 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Deals 4 damage to that creature instead if you controlled a mount as you cast this spell. Not bad. Ankle Biter. Just a 1/1 Death Touch snake. Cooped Up. Can't attack or block, and then you can exile it from there. Bristlepack Sentry. Defender, and as long as you control a creature with power 4 or greater, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Fair enough. Intrepid Stable Master, it's got Reach. If you tap, you can add green, so it's a mana dork as well. If you add 2 mana of any one color, you can spend this mana only to cast Mount or Vehicle spells. Fair enough. Throw from the Saddle. Gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Put a +1/+1 counter on it instead if it's a mount. Then it deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. Fair enough. Seraphic Steed. First strike and lifelink. Whenever it attacks while saddled, you create a 3/3 white angel creature token with flying. Saddle is 4. So again, saddle's a bit of a new one here. You tap any number of other creatures you control with total power 4 or more, and then this mount becomes saddled until end of turn. You can only do that as a sorcery. That's for Saddle 4, so Saddle 3 would be total power 3 or more, blah blah blah. Fortune Loyal Steed. When it enters, you scry 2. Whenever Fortune attacks while saddled at end of combat, exile it and up to 1 creature that's saddled at this turn, then return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control. At end of combat, you exile it, so you blink them. Moment of Valor, choose 1 untap target creature, it gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn, or destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Makes sense. Thousand Moons Infantry. You untap it on everyone's turn. Vengeful Townsfolk. Whenever 1 or more other creatures you control die, you put a +1/+1 counter on them. They have crossbows. Oh, okay, so kind of an interesting point there, I guess. If I remember from way back in the day, Magic has always had a no guns policy. So is this their way to get around a no guns policy? Everyone's got crossbows or weird, not guns, but essentially a gun that shoots arrows instead. That's weird, just get guns. Drover Grizzly. It attacks while saddled. If it's saddled, then creatures you control gains trample until end of turn. Makes sense. Ornery Tumblewag. Okay, more with saddled. Just for big creatures, fair enough. More saddling. Wily Duke. Whenever he becomes tapped. Okay, fair enough. Giant Beaver, saddled. Railway Brawler, saddled. Saddled, 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 saddled. Deals 1 damage. Fair enough. Alright, I think we can figure it out. We get stuff and we saddle them. This is full of creatures and people that want to be ridden. Or people that want to ride them. I don't know which way. Let's see if we can win with this deck against a twitchy Brit. We've got all our colors, so I'll say that's fine for now. Yeah, I'll say that's fine. Red is good. We'll bring out our ankle biter. Cool, cool, cool. Twitchy Brit is going to do something. What's this dude up to? Gonna do something, right? Okay. They're playing the red-blue one. Sure. Seems a little early to do it, but sure. Okay. Attack with it for now for 1 damage. Mount or a vehicle. Neither of those are. That one is a mount. So I'm guessing that they still have the control. They have something that costs 1 mana. That's my best answer, at least. Oh, maybe not. Okay, we'll put down that, and we will... yeah, we will do that one. Saddle is 3, so there's not much I can do with that one yet, but... Sure. Sure. Okay, it untaps on everyone else's turn, so it's a great blocker. That one's got reach as well. Reach and trample. So we can plot it. Which does what? Without paying its mana cost, that makes sense. So we'll try and cast that, and then Vengeful Townfolk, I think. Okay. I assume you have another attack spell. Sure. Sure. Still seems like a really bad plan. Okay. Yeah, that's good for now. So it's enough to kill them next turn if they decide that they're just going to stick with that. That's an answer, I guess. It's not casting a spell. I'm not sure why you'd go to do that. We'll just attack with everything and see what he wants to do. Nothing. Okay. Well, that's it for this deck. This one I found definitely better than the red and the blue one, as we just saw. I kind of find the red and the blue one a little underpowered, to be honest. So we get 100 gold, 25 more XP for that. And another 250 XP for winning, I assume. How are we doing on that anyways? We'll go back and check on that for a second here. We can get more wins to get more with that, but we're not really doing that yet. And then these are weekly wins, where we get XP for it. Okay. Fair enough. We're on our way, you know. So that's Saddle Up. That one makes sense. We've got those 4 then. Next we've got Power to the People. So we'll do one more deck here today anyways. Take a look at Power to the People. Snarling Gorehound. Whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters, you surveil. Assemble the players. You can look at the top card of your library anytime. Power 2 or less. Gets +2/+2 until end of turn, so you power up a little creature. Put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. Power 2 or less. I'm sensing a theme here. The deck might have something to do with creatures that have power 2 or less. Creature with power 2 or less. When it dies, you draw a card. Okay. Deep Cavern Bat. Okay, so it's extra discard for that as well. Exiles a card from their hand, fair enough. Streetwise Lookout. Okay. Sometimes I just look at the pictures and I try to figure out what's going on with it, and it's interesting how they decide to draw people in Magic these days. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by big creatures. Okay. If an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, it triggers a second time. Seems very good. Sure. Destroy an artifact, enchantment, or a creature, or a big one. Makeshift Binding. Okay. Okay, makes little bats. A Wojak Investigator. Doesn't look like a Wojak. Investigate once. Okay, and 2. So it's basically every single creature that... Yeah, that makes sense. Everything has power 2 or less. Very good. Okay. Power 2 or less. We want little people. And we'll see if we can win with this one. Black and White. That was an old video game. I want to say that came out in the year 2000, something like that. Haha, you lost. Oh, damn it. I already lost the game. It's already over. Alright, I don't like it, but we're going to keep it. Unless they mulligan. If they mulligan, we're going to keep it. This is really, really risky. It's just not a good move. Okay. If we draw a swamp, then I'm a genius. If we don't, then I have a good excuse. Genius. I told you. Just any card, right? Yep, any card. Okay. let's do that now then. Pick a card, exile it. Okay. Okay. Now, an issue we have is we only have 3 mana, and we need specifically another swamp to cast our biggest spells here. Okay. Sure. They can pay 2 if they want to. I guess they want to. So attack for 2. Sure. That is a land, but it's not the land that we wanted. Other creature attacks, each other attacking creature gets. Whenever it attacks... Well, we'll put that one out. Let's see what they want to do. Okay. Sure. Okay, we'll put that one in. Deal a damage to them. And we'll bring this one in. Because it gives us a bat. We'll attack with that one, that's fine. So next turn, we can use that. But I don't think we want to yet. Because they did that. Be better to put down our cards and see what we draw. Okay. The ticking clock in the background really helps for me to be able to determine if they are ready for this or not. No blocks. Okay. So surveil 2, target creature you control. I just don't need the lands, do I? Not really. And we'll attack with everything. In theory, it's close right now, but I don't know that that's actually true. Okay. Let's do all of them. So we will get rid of that one and that one. Okay, and we'll sacrifice these two little dudes. It's not ideal, sir. Okay. It's risky, but he's kind of got to do something here. Mm-hmm. If you block, then... So you can do something with that card, but what? 3 stun counters on it, okay. Both on top, interesting. Sure. One, two, three, four, 5. That's it. Oh, he's salty. So he didn't have issues before, but now he's salty. So we'll be salty back here then. Your go. Your go. Your go. Your go. Your go. Your go. See, this would be a lot better if we had some way to type to them or something like that. I'm guessing that all the new players get a whole bunch of anxiety from it, but... Turns out I didn't lose. I think this would be closer to a... This guy lost. So if you ever see a person like this online, just a complete loser. Just an absolute drag of society that's doing this. Don't pretend that they're having a bad day or that they're having any sort of excuse about it. They're just a loser. Gotta really run home and kiss your dad on the lips. That's probably why you had to pause here. Be nice to have just a different way to taunt, I guess. Or say bad game, maybe. Nice. Some people are just salty little losers. And never forget it. I'm not suggesting anyone else be a better person either, just if you're going to be a salty person, just don't be a loser about it either. Anywho, that's Power to the People. So I think we saw how that one actually plays. We didn't really get a huge amount of interaction in terms of playing with all the Power 2 or less situations, but we did play the deck. We did win with the deck, so now those 5 would be in place, and we've got 5 more that we'll have to go through in some future videos. So stay tuned for those, everybody. Have a good one.